Okay, for people who had seen my last video, I do apologise for the lack of sound. I have since installed Windows 7 and everything seems to be working a bit quicker now, so we're going to start again. So if you have seen my last video, please disregard. This time I think we'll make it a bit more newbie friendly for those who haven't played yet. So we'll start by creating a new world. Let's say dude. Okay, so the world will now randomly generate. So for people who obviously have seen Minecraft before, obviously you know what it is. For people who don't, it's basically a sandbox game where basically you can move around and interact with everything you see. Right, so first of all, that is the sun. As you can see, obviously it's slowly rising. So the main objective for the first day is to build ourselves a shelter. You may have noticed me just pick up a flower. At the moment there's no real need for it, but later on I will show you what they can be used for. So you'll see down at the bottom there's my inventory, is what I can select to hand. I also have a larger inventory. If you press the I button, that will bring that up. And one of the new updates you may be seeing sitting there, just down there, there's actually creatures that are obviously swimming around in the water, which never used to be there. But we shall come back to those later. Right, so first of all we need to make ourselves a shelter for the night. Now there's two ways we can do it. We can either build ourselves a house, which is kind of time consuming, or we can find or even dig ourselves a cave where we can hide for the night. So I believe I spotted a cave over here, so we shall go and have a look. Ah, lava. Right, okay, you don't want to jump into that, it would be very painful, but lava can come in handy later on in the game. But for now, we can actually, let's demolish a few of these blocks. So for people who are totally blind, this is actually dirt or soil, which you can collect and redistribute. So, whoops, didn't want to put it there. I'm going to build ourselves a path into there, and that's where I'm going to make our house. So hopefully we should be free from monsters, and anybody who does try to get near will be burnt by the lava. Run out of soil there, get some more. So all the blocks, obviously you can see, can be obviously picked up and redistributed. That one there is sand. Right, another thing we could really do with finding is coal. Now obviously from coal we can make torches, so we can light up our cave, because monsters don't only come out at night, but they do spawn in dark places. That's a pig. So to make torches, not only do we need coal, but we also need wood. So at the moment, because we haven't got any resources, we'll just have to batter it down with our hands. That's the little stumpy thing that I'm sticking out in front there. It's my arm. Right, so let's collect some wood. Obviously at the moment I'm using wood to batter down the rest of the wood. Just a little bit faster, I believe. You can also obviously start bashing down the leaves. They will actually go. You can get a sapling, which is this here, which then you can plant elsewhere, and in a couple of days' time it will grow into a tree, so then you can harvest the wood again. So they are pretty reusable, a renewable resource. Let's get some more wood. Okay, I think I'll just chop down this tree and that should do us for now. Right, first thing I'm going to make, if you put the wood into your little crafting box there, you can turn them into wooden planks. So let's do that now. Again, if you put the wooden planks in, put one on top of the other, you can make yourself some sticks. Again, we'll need those. And while we're here, if we place 4 blocks, you can actually, if you right click instead of left click, you can select one to put down rather than the whole lot you have in your hand. You can make a crafting table. So, seeing as I'm going to be using this as my base of operations, I shall put my crafting table in here. By the way, with normal blocks such as dirt and stone, if you do destroy it, a block sitting on top will actually stay where it's at, but a resource like sand, the following blocks will drop down. So obviously you're not going to be able to make a roof out of sand, but what we can do is substitute it with any other material to make our roof. So for now, let's put our crafting table just here. Now if you right click on the crafting table, you can see it opens a bigger crafting window than in your inventory. Now what we'll do first is if we put the sticks in and use the wooden planks to make this shape here, which gives us a pickaxe, which we can use to obviously mine. And if we put them this way around, we can get an axe, which we can use to cut down trees. Obviously you can make a shovel as well, but what I will do, if we exit out of that, we can now use the pickaxe here to harvest stone. Obviously it turns from stone to cobblestone when you collect it. You can actually turn it back into solid stone if you prefer the look when building, and all you do is you put it in a furnace and set fire to it, which I will show you how to do a little later on. So like I said, we need coal, so let's start digging. Okay, that wasn't very clever, I've just lost my cave. Right, so what we'll do instead, we shall take out the roof and we shall rebuild. Obviously you could make it simpler by just digging straight into the side of a mountain, which, what time are we on? We're on about midday, so I might have to do that for tonight, but we'll see how we get on. So for now, I'll just cover this area so I can dig out. Obviously it is actually easier to use a spade or shovel to get rid of the sand, but I haven't built one at the moment. But we can actually make one now, so we use a crafting table, we use some sticks again, and this time we use cobblestone to make a stone shovel, which is a lot stronger than your wooden one, which will last a lot longer. So we can now use a shovel. As you can see, it's a lot quicker to get rid of the sand. So obviously your first shelter, isn't going to be anything big or fancy. It's basically just a place to put your head down for the night and to keep you safe from the monsters. Should use my shovel rather than my hand. You can use other instruments. For instance, I can actually start hacking away at stone with a shovel, but it will take a long time to get. Plus you'll find you don't always get the resources. For some reason that was floating. Anyhow, right, so we shall dig this little area out and we shall make this the base for our home for tonight. Right, so we haven't got a lot of resources that we can actually use at the moment. I have got some cobblestone, but not enough to really do anything. I could probably make my roof out of it, so let's select that, and as long as it's placed on an adjoining block, obviously they can float. So like I said, tonight it's not really going to be anything fancy, but we can obviously work on this. I run out of stone. Now, like I said, ideally I'd could really do with some coal, which I haven't found yet. But you can usually find these by digging into surfaces. But for now we'll keep building, even if I have to spend the night in the small dark cave. As long as there isn't a lot of room inside, there shouldn't be any room for monsters to spawn, so I should be safe enough. As you can see, as I'm using my pick down at the bottom there, the gauge does go down. So once that runs out, it is actually destroyed, and we have to build a new one. So let's quickly just make ourselves a little shelter. Let's use dirt for the sides here. As you can see, it's starting to get dark, so I best hurry up and build this. Alright, so I'm not going to make anything fancy tonight because we are quickly running out of time. Alright, I'm out of materials. Let's make the rest out of stone. Right, you can actually dismantle your crafting bench to move as well. So we shall do that now. That's it. And it's quickly becoming nightfall. So we can actually use sand. So but as you'll see, it does drop. It doesn't actually stay where it's at, which is fine for tonight. We shall leave that one out for now. In fact, I'll just take that out. What I'll do is I shall remove the blocks and let that fill back up with lava, and hopefully that should stop any creatures from coming in. Right, we'll replace that with cobblestone. Put that up there. So at the moment, obviously, we can hide out of the way here. We do get a little bit of light out of obviously the lava there, and we will be able to see out, but hopefully nothing will be able to get in. You can get skeleton archers which will be able to shoot in, but we can just hide around the corner here. So I think that's it till morning. We can put our little craft table in the corner there. Unfortunately, there's nothing much more I can do tonight until the sun comes back up and I can go out exploring. So I think that's where we'll leave our video for today. Once it gets back to morning, we shall start back up and carry on our adventure. Okay, see you then.